Hello everyone, these are my settings for Trails in the Sky, first chapter. This is the first screen that you arrive at PS5 accessibility settings. As usual, I got the vibration intensity to medium and the trigger effect off. And we're just going to head into customize button assignments. Alright, so these are the button inputs I use. As you can see, there's some themes if you've watched my other videos. Regarding sprint and dodge, same button as usual, L2, L1. Your attack is the same as usual, R1. It's also attached to X, which is your interact, so you can use R1 to interact as well on the field. Your R2 is your switch characters. You're going to want to switch characters when you're on the field because they have different attack patterns. Some of them have AoE or better at AoE. Some of them are better at single target, like Joshua. And then Estelle and the girl with the whip there, she's better with the AoE, so you might want to switch characters. R2 is your S-Craft. It's your supers essentially, and it took me a while, but to figure it out. But when you use your supers, it skips straight to your turn, so you can kind of use a normal attack or a normal art attack or whatever, and then hit your S craft after that attack is done, and you can get 2 turns in a row, or you can skip a turn. In case of an emergency, you need to interrupt an enemy and impede them. If they're charging with a special, you can hit your S-Craft button. So that's good to have there. Triangle activates your wheel. A wheel has a bunch of stuff attached to it, like your items and your journal and all that. The lock is my square. I don't really use the lock in this game, besides checking enemy levels in the fields to see if they're worth farming. Combo, you kind of get like halfway through the game almost. It lets Joshua and Estelle do like a massive AoE stun attack on the field. It's pretty good. It stuns most of the time. You might have to do some chip damage and then use it. It only works for Joshua and Estelle when you're controlling them. I think Estelle is her name. Anyway, craft is your right back button. That's your physical arts. And your left back button is your spells, your arts. Arts is spells, craft is your physical abilities and all that stuff. Command to stop the real-time battle and do tactical. So, I like to start off with R1 attack a couple of times, then hit the combo R3, and then hit L3 to command while they're all stunned, and then continue fighting. Don't forget you're going to have to switch your default profile for menu navigation since you switched the buttons. Besides that, your map is D-pad up, which is important. Your items D-pad down, and your healing arts D-pad right. I didn't really use the log. And your triangle and square, if you hit that at the same time, it switches the fast mode. You're gonna need to do that a couple times throughout the game because for some reason it switches to default slow mode, and that's just way too slow. So yeah, my sensitivity is set to default. The dead zone is fine in Trails. It's pretty responsive. You don't need to really tinker around with it. Default stick and curve settings is fine. And my right stick is going to be the same here. Default settings. And the controller dead zone, as usual, set to 99. I have a bad habit of accidentally pressing R2. It doesn't really happen on my L2 for some reason, but yeah, you gotta set it to 99 to try to prevent doing that. And these are the in-game settings. I go through all of them just so you can see the options. It doesn't show difficulty. Unfortunately, you have to actually go into a game and then it shows difficulty. As far as difficulty options go, I think they're pretty standard: easy, normal, hard. I don't know if new game has a really hard difficulty. I haven't selected new game yet. So I'm not sure about that. You can just Google that. High frame rate mode is 120. This game does have 120 frames, so I can confirm. And those are my settings, my settings there. So that's all the settings that I use. These are just gameplay clips showing the settings in action. Most of them are 2x fast forward on fast mode, so it's just going really fast. This fight in particular was probably one of the hardest fights. It's the prologue final battle before you get into the normal chapters. Took me a while. Again, this is my first Trials of the Sky game, so it took me a little while to understand how the mechanics work as far as stealing bonuses, impeding, what have you, like back attack, side attack bonuses do more damage. I was getting used to using haste on all my guys, like clock up EX. Don't use the regular clock up, it's not really worth it. Just like diminishing returns almost. But the EX version, I mean, you should have that spell on everyone. You just start off, you EX yourself, or maybe then you get another turn right after that because that was a quick thing. And then you can EX someone else if they're too far down the turn and you want to boost them up right away, or you can just, throw a spell out. Maybe you got like no, you get one of those bonuses, turn bonuses that you can cast a spell right away without using any mana, whatever it's called. I can never remember the specific terms for these things, but oh yeah, you can see the exclamation point on some of the portraits there. That means they do critical when they when they do an attack or whatever. So I think I try to confuse one of the guys. Confusing this is really strong for single target. It's like a disable almost. All the stat decreases are just minor. But if you want to, like, if there's a boss turn coming up and you're like, oh, this might hurt, you can throw that confuse out and you might skip a turn essentially. The confuse doesn't last very long. It's like 1 or 2 turns at most. Flicker, delay is great in this. I think delay, if you successfully delay someone, it steals their bonus too. So that's good. And one of the best spells in this game, Sylphin, not guard, Sylphin Wing. Sylphin Wing gives you foresight, which increases your evasion by a lot. It's probably better than the wall, the earth wall and the earth guard, which gives you invulnerability for one attack, and the other one gives you more HP, like 1,000 HP buffer, damage buffer, which is nice when you're starting the game off. But I mean, by the time you get towards the end of the game, it's just one attack essentially, if that. But it's still nice to cast if you can get all 4 of them. Then you got a 4,000 HP for one spell. That's not a bad cast. There's a spell in here, a dark spell that lets you anti-sept. There it is, right there. Anti-sept all, which lets you cancel enemies that are doing charge attacks, and it gives them mute too. It's one of the best spells in the game, I think. It has saved my bacon a lot. Sever's got impede on it, and it removes buffs too. Towards the end of the game, you'll get an accessory that lets you increase CP with every action. I highly suggest you give that to Joshua, because he's got the best S crafts in the game as far as like damage, and his I think it's called Black Fang. It does like global AoE. And it's got large delay attached to it too. It's ridiculous. It's really strong. What else can I say about this? I didn't like the items, how the items have a delay attached to them. I found it like sometimes I try to use an item and the delay would be too much, and then it would be pointless. I might as well just cast a spell or something anyway. Remember to eat all your food. Whenever you get food, eat it, and then cook the recipe. You're gonna need monster gelatin. It's probably one of the most important ingredients. They come from those slimy guys, I think. Don't forget to farm them. When a guy goes rage mode like this, I didn't do it because I was still learning the game, but it might be good to defend. That rage mode only lasts like 1 or 2 turns. 2 turns, I think, is the usual. So you might wait. It might be better just to face tank that and let him rage out, crash out, and then once he's not red, to recover, then finish. But morale is good. Morale is great. If sometimes you get fast delay on morale for some reason, but it increases your strength, and most importantly, it gives you CP regen. CP regen, very nice, very nice. What else are we doing here? We're doing guard. I put HP towards the end of the game. I put HP items on. You get like a 2000 HP item, and then you get a really strong accessory, just one of them, called the Grail Locket, I think, and it gives you 100% status ailment resistant. That's nice. But yeah, you usually just on one slot you put your HP, and on the other slot you put whatever stat resistant you need for that particular battle. Some more spells to use would be the ones that are lined. Fire has a pretty nice one, like Fire Arrow or something. And Wind has a nice one as well called Lightning. And then later on you get a really good AoE spell called, I think it's Arrow Storm, and then another line one that's thicker. That's also Wind. I can't remember exactly which one that one's called. So yeah, Wind and Fire have really good offensive spells. Earth has got that Titanic Rage, I think it's called, and it's a global AoE, and it reduces defense. I have Estelle cast that, especially when she's got that 0 AP thing. Or Titanic Roar, she's gonna do it right now, actually. And then you go full, whatever that's called, or blah blah blah. And then it's going so fast I can't even see it. Oh, this is me sneaking in the thing using the minimap. I did that looking at the nothing but the minimap. That's a stealth mission thing. That's some Metal Gear Solid stuff right there. Just looking at the minimap and the area cones and just avoiding it. A lot of times when I'm sprinting through the dungeon, I'm not even looking at the screen, I'm looking at the minimap and using my peripheral to look at the screen. Like if I'm avoiding enemies and I don't need to look at them, I just look at the minimap. That's why also on my settings I have it set to not rotate, which I don't usually do, but this time I did it because I was following a guide. I didn't want to miss anything. There's a lot of miss things, quests you can miss in this. And it's based on days, like each day, and you'll get locked out of like zones throughout the game. So yeah, I had to follow a guide for this. This is a guide game. Next game I'm gonna have to follow another guide. That's what I didn't like about the first one, and I kind of lost interest in this. It felt like work. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm going to. I don't want to miss anything. And I don't want to have to slug it to each city to make sure I'm not missing anything when I can and all that. And I just want to save time. These are the arena fights here. He's Zen. Zen's, I think his name's Zen. He's got a taunt ability. But I stuck, eventually you get an orb called Cloak, which gives him evasion and magic evasion. And, whew, yeah, he can survive. You get, I mean, taunt sometimes lands. It's like, I wouldn't even say, it's like 30% chance of landing. It seems like it's ridiculous, stupid. But I just like how tanky he is, and he's got some good arts. He's a stun guy. So if you want to build a stun meter up quickly, he's good to use. That Aural Blast does extreme stun damage, and he's got earth spells that one of them does higher stun damage, and his physical arts does high stun damage too. So yeah, he's good. As far as my final party goes, I'm not gonna make it there. I'll eventually stop this commentary, but if you want to watch it, actually, just to say, just a heads up, towards the end of the video, the fights that might contain spoilers because they're the final boss fights and stuff. So, yeah. So just warning. Well, what am I doing here? Sometimes I use this white Jehona. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a weird word. I don't even know, but it has a strength down, and it does decent damage. That's good for enemies that have no weakness. That is the dark damage spells, because they usually have some other benefits attached to it. This guy's he's charging up his thing, so I'm trying to bring it down. Anti-Septal, amazing spell. Bloop. I don't even know if that worked on him or not. I hope it did, but I noticed when this fight did start, he was charging up that clone, and I did land that anti-sept, and it didn't do jack. He still got the clone off. I was like, what? What's up with that? Scripted. It must be scripted or something. I don't know. Or maybe they can resist impede somehow. I don't know what's going on there. But it only seemed to happen with this guy. I mean, this guy is kind of special, isn't he? I don't know. I don't know. This is the first game I've played, so, but he seems to be important. Judging by, stuff. But, yeah, as far as difficulty, this was on hard. I played it on hard throughout the whole game. I did use a guide. Chaos Brand. Chaos Brand is that confused spell I was talking about earlier. As you can tell, I used the Sylphan Wing there. This is when I started using Sylphan Wing, when I discovered, oh shoot, Foresight's really good. I should start using this. I like how they're all bunched up, so I think I was like, oh, maybe I should use S-Crafts and crafts, normal crafts, because they have a smaller AoE usually. Arrow Storm, see, look at that freaking AoE size on that Arrow Storm, and it's got an S multiplier on it. When I started the game, I put EP orbs on these guys to increase their pool, but then I found that the EP cast reduction orb, I think it's a gold one, is more than enough to. And you might have to chug like a 500 EP pot through the tougher fights, but that's fine. Because you're gonna need orbs for combos to get the higher level elemental casts, like Sylphan Wing and the fire one. I had a big fire one as well. I can't remember, but wind, and you need water too. She was my healer here. This is the best party, I think. Or not party. No, this isn't the one. I don't use Whip Girl, but this girl's the best healer. I find that girl there, princess, or whatever she is. I can't remember. But she's got I put a puppet accessory on her, so if she dies, she auto revives. Or she's got an S-craft that revives. It's a global revive and heal and shield. So she's your like trump card. Like if you get a party wipe, some guy does some BS on you and it wipes your party, she'll revive and then she'll just be able to use that craft, revive your party. You get like a second chance essentially using that character. So I used her, then I used the taunt guys in because he's durable and I didn't want to have to worry about babysitting anyone else. Because I know Joshua is fine. I mean, that guy's got evasion. Just as good as evasion as Zen. And Zen's got the cloak on, which is crazy. Joshua's got crazy stats. I did have an evade orb on him, but even his base evasion I think is pretty high. Yeah, I had the evasion orb and I had a critical on him. As far as what orbs I have on all my characters, yeah, I mean, you're gonna need action on this speed, 30% speed bonus. Action 3. I didn't have the plus. If you want to do that, you can. I had I didn't know this was a hard fight. Look at this freaking guy. This guy's an animal. And I was using you're forced to use your B tier squad here. So I was like, I didn't want to. Thankfully, this game does let you reduce the difficulty halfway through the game. You can switch difficulty, whenever you want. You can reduce it, but I didn't want to. I made it this far, You know how it is. You make it so far in the game, you don't want to reduce the difficulty. You got your pride or whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's no hard difficulty trophy for this, I don't think. I didn't proc. There might be one for New Game Plus difficulty, but if it has one, usually that's the case. It was the case for Pragmata anyway. But, she's got 0. So for some reason, I decided to pummel when she had 0 on. I think I was worried he kept charging and I needed to impede. Or I was just panicking because this guy just charges over and over again. Like he doesn't give up. I got the mute off on him. Yeah, you can tell my HP pool. Look at this girl. She's not even at 5k. I think I did unlock all their orbs. On hard mode, it took her to half HP, 50%, one hit. I'm like, oh. But that hit got rid of all my buffs, so I had to recast Sylphanly. And my clock up and all that, I had to refresh all that shit. Thankfully she got a heal from support ability, I believe. Diamond's a pretty good spell for your healer. Sometimes that freeze has actually helped me a lot. If the enemy's susceptible to it, a lot of monsters. Not a lot of boss fights, not a lot of bosses. But those the monsters you fight in the quests, you'll run into monsters that are susceptible to freeze and petrify too. Petrify was another good one. Enemies that are weak to earth. Petrify helped me there. Then you got your heal. You need an AoE heal. You don't need your large heal. Large heal is overkill. Medium heal is fine, but you're gonna need an AoE heal as well. I used all my elixirs on Joshua and Estelle. I really hope her name's Estelle. Let's just pretend it is if it isn't. But yeah, because those are your two main characters, and the other party members will leave periodically throughout the game, so don't waste the pots on those guys. Anything else here? Yeah, make sure you use your S brakes. You chain them together with regular turns. Don't use S brakes on your regular turns unless it's an emergency. Like you need access to impede, or you want to really steal a bonus before an enemy gets it off. Which, that doesn't make sense, really. What am I saying? I mean, you can do all those things if you have a regular turn. You do your regular turn, and then while your regular turn animation's going off, you hit your S brake, and you get 2 turns, and then you can have that bonus. But for some reason, sometimes I do use it on my regular turn, I think. I don't know why. Sure, I had a reason. Watching this now, I'm not really sure why I did that, but look at that AoE. I think I did Sylvan Wing here. I just want to see which wind here did I use. What was the wind AoE? Plasma wave, there it is. Oh, they cancelled my Sylvan Wing, so I had to recast it. Everyone's clocking up. I got this anti-septal because that guy's pink, he's charging. Oh, I realized the delay is too high. So this is when I use an S-Craft Black Fang. Cancel that delay. It lets me anti-sept because of the delay on that Black Fang. And then, yeah. So yeah, S-Brakes just are amazing. Get a jail free card, like, it's immediate. I don't know if it messes with your delay in the future turns or not, probably, but, you know, getting 2 turns right off the bat, or getting an emergency stun is great, or steal, bonus steal. Oh, look at that freeze, see that freeze hit? 2 freeze hits. That's, yeah. So that's control spell working. Right? I mean, sometimes speed isn't enough. These guys got action 3, they're clocked up. Look at the turn orders. I mean, they're essentially balanced. So you're gonna need some status effects on them as well to kind of give you a leg up. Whatever they're susceptible to. This is Colonel. Yeah, this is a spoiler. Hopefully, you're not angry about this, but if anyone's still watching this, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And I tried to land a taunt there. Didn't land. I don't think the taunts ever land. I was reading the strategy guide, and the strategy guide did say taunts. It did land for him, so I'm like, alright, nice. Like one of the final bosses that susceptible to taunt. Alright, let's do it. Didn't really work out, I don't think. I can never tell if it taunted or not anyway. I mean, there's an icon for it. I think I tried to do it again here. I wasn't sure what to do because his crafts are so small. His AoE crafts. And these guys, the judges are spread out so big. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the rest of the gameplay here without commentary. I think I said everything I needed to say. These will be the final fights. Hopefully this video helped you. This game, I did enjoy playing this game. The story seems to be really starting to get juicy, so I'm looking forward to the next one. I know I thought initially this game was kind of kiddie, but it seems to be kind of maturing as the story progresses, so. And the characters are really uh, memorable, I guess you can say. They'll each have their own personalities. A lot of the skits were pretty funny. I did find myself laughing at a lot of them. Um, yeah, make sure you turn your camera speed to max, because it's way too slow. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Who's gonna use lock on? What do you need to use lock on for? I don't know. Anyway. Uh, you can see my HP is not that high. I watched like some other guy play. It was like a 10k. I only watched him play because I was listening to the soundtrack, the OST. Like I did manage to get one of the songs on here that was really good that I enjoyed it. I added to my playlist. I think it was called "In My Heart" or "In the Heart," something like that. It was nice. It was a very peaceful song anyway. So, Volcanic Rave, that's the big fire spell there. Does SS damage, I think. SS plus or whatever. Damage. So, it's one of the highest multipliers you can get. Oh, see, I was spamming that stun. The stone impact. It's for stun damage. Dive in dust. One of them's got 0. Probably want to steal that. And anytime an enemy's got 0, I just love taking that. Because it's mana. You don't... instant cast, no mana. Like, yeah. So you don't have to waste turns drinking pots as well. It puts you so far ahead. This guy is charging up. He does his thing there, but I think I casted Earth Wall for invulnerability. And I have Sylphin Wing. But yeah, when you get to like really big bosses like this, that Earth Wall, it gives you invulnerability for one attack, because they got their supercharged attacks. So yeah, if you can cancel that, their super hits, I mean, then you can counter and then do it all over again. And if he does like a chain to raged attacks, then hopefully your Sylphin Wing will take care of the rest there. Or you'll absorb it. I mean, you got 8k HP. I'm sure you can absorb one attack and then heal up afterwards. I didn't have a problem. I mean, I think I lost twice throughout this entire game. One was the prologue, final battle with the Dawn there. I lost on the first try, won on the second. But yeah, it's kind of down to luck too. Like if they get a really good start, they can do it with the cannon, will mess you up. And they're tanky too. Just like that was a hard fight. I can see why people were like, set it to normal until you get through the prologue, and then set it to hard, and then that would be the right balance. But I was like, no, I can't do that. But thankfully it wasn't too hard. Like, so, I mean, if it was like 5 or 10 tries, then I would have set that thing to normal. I don't care. I wasted my time with that. frankly, I did beat him, and yeah, the difficulty on hard is balanced. It's just the right difficulty, I find. I did get, uh, yeah, I think I did say I almost got wiped twice. One in the prologue, and then the second one was at the final battle, I believe. They did, or it might have been one of these final battles. They did some double attack that wiped two of my party members out. Thankfully, my healer survived, and she did her S-craft, and it's like, whoop, back to normal, reset. And I don't think her revive puppet even procced either, so I was like, alright, good stuff. And yeah, and I enjoyed the final movie there at the credits, and as far as voice acting goes, the English voice acting was more than great, more than fine. It was people found Estelle to be annoying, but you know, I found her voice matched. I believed it. It was annoying a little I mean, it was kind of, you know, but I mean, it was annoying in a Japanese English way. She tried to put the Japanese, you know, spice on it or something, you know. Maybe she went overboard, I don't know. I did listen to the Japanese for a bit, but I switched it back because I liked hearing all the bonus dialogue, and it's nice the jokes land better. If the English voice is good enough, it'll land better on English. Although the Japanese, you know, the Japanese voices are always endearing to listen to because they're just so animated. They have so much personality and spunk behind it that it's nice to listen to, but you kind of miss out on the context that the English provides as far as humor and stuff goes. So, this is me using an item. Full charge, 4-week pre-charge. I had some of those lying around. You don't get many, because I think it was my first time using those bad boys. Again, Zen is struggling again. I'm like, why can't I target all three? This is so annoying. See, he's got the heavy stun thing, and I got a break 3 on him, so he's 25% bonus stun. So he's your stunner guy. Look at that. One more hit like that, they're stunned. Look at that, that was crazy. That was like 30 over 30% stun, at least. Yeah, 30% stun in one hit, maybe 35, 40. Oh, look at this. I want to see what stun does to the boss. Oh yeah, not bad. Roughly the same, but to a boss. So yeah, the boss has probably got a higher stun bar. And it seemed like it moved the same distance as his normal craft to the smaller enemies did, so yeah. I mean, you have to use earth spells on Zen anyway. Then Mike, you've used 2. His 2 orbs have to be earth spells, so I like break. What's better than break on him? I don't know. He's your breaker. That's what his function is. I mean, his taunt sucks, kind of, so. It only worked really, or was really helpful for me maybe twice, I'm thinking. So. Yeah, so yeah, I think I've said everything. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video if you do decide to watch it. Good luck to you playing this. It's a great game, enjoyed it, and looking forward to the second one. And yeah, take care, guys. Bye.